for everyone else who is a parent, what factors do you consider when choosing a summer camp for your child?
I think for me, it's the experience. Like, what is she going to get out of it that she might not get out of other things that we do throughout the school year? It's considering her interest, but also pushing her to do something a little bit different, to step outside her comfort zone.
Mhm.
Timing and location plays a factor, right? You got to think about where it is, and some summer camps are half day or full day, and as a full-time working parent, I've got to consider those as well.
Yeah.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say, on top of that, as a new parent, my son is 18 months. Safety is the big thing. It seems like, a lot of these camps and everything do a really good job of that, but safety and like staff training and, just how everyone is kind of structured together, I think is important. But really just the experience. My son's going to try so many new things moving forward here. So like I'm thinking life skills like swimming and speaking camp. I don't know. He's not speaking yet. So like all of these little things that I think will help him enjoy other camps in the future, I think would be what I'm targeting next year. But yeah, safety seems to be, unfortunately the big thing. But other than that, just that, one, I agree with Dana. As two full working parents, it's great with time and planning, but also just the fact that they're not going to be bored or dislike it, and it's tough when you have such a young child because you don't really know.
It is hard with a young kid. I remember sending my kids to a camp, and they would take a bus to go swimming or go to a water park. And I was so nervous because they were so young. They weren't strong swimmers, and you're just relying on all these adults you don't know to keep your child safe. And of course, they were fine. Most kids are fine in that situation, but it is nerve wracking. One factor I always looked for was affordability. I had flexibility in my work to drive a distance or to, choose a camp that wasn't necessarily super convenient for a 9 to 5 schedule, but affordability was important to me. Or if I was going to spend more on a camp, I wanted to know what were they going to get out of it? Like, what activities were they going to have that I couldn't otherwise provide to them to make that cost worth it? And there's a lot of options in Chicago to choose from, um, to meet all of these needs, which is great. I almost always found what I was looking for, but there's a lot to wade through. There's so
Yeah,
many things to explore.
yeah. I'll just chime in. That could be another benefit of deciding early. I think at least we at the Chicago Academy for the Arts, we do like an early bird discount if you register by the end of January. So, yeah, if price is an issue, I think getting set up early can be helpful.
Yes, and that brings me to my next question. When do you think parents should start registering their kids for summer camp?
I will never forget last summer talking to somebody about, or last school year talking to somebody in the fall, and they were like, "Did you sign up for summer camps yet?" And I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hold on, we just started school. This is bonkers." But yeah, like starting to look at things in the fall, and then really seriously starting to lock some stuff down by like January, February. I know there's a couple of camps that like park districts and things like that um, go like they don't even have their sign up until later, so it can be tricky. Like different camps have different timing, um, and so to like lock in for the full, what is it, 8-10 weeks of the summer can be tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah. As Sarah just said, like the affordability definitely plays a factor. And I know the earlier you register, the more options you have for like payment plans. So I'm looking at camp for my kids, and it's like if I register by January, then I can be on a payment plan that's not, $500 a month for at the very end of the spring, trying to rush and cram everything in. So uh, that is one of the perks, at least that I've seen as a parent, for registering a little bit earlier, so you have a little more flexibility in terms of payment options and payment plans and things like that.
And those early bird discounts.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
having space available if you have siblings or friends that want to sign up together and make sure they can get into the same session, the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just, I can only speak to our programs, but we do have certain sessions that sell out. The theater and musical theater session is always very, very popular, but there's only so many parts. There's only so much room on that stage. So yeah, it's definitely important for theater families to sign up early.
And I know a lot of camps will end before the school year starts again. So there's like there's a few selection of camps that are that will cover you the entire summer break. So those like really popular weeks versus the like 4th of July is usually an off week where people are traveling or things like that. So taking into account like what weeks you need is important and what you're looking for that way.
That's true. So start researching now, get on the mailing list, follow on social media, and check registration dates because some camps are open already for registration.